What made you decide to come here? What was the process like of deciding to leave Missouri?
So deciding to leave Missouri, I just felt like that I needed to improve my game, and like I felt like just being there, it kind of was just like helping me maintain. And not a knock on those guys. I love those guys over there, the program. Coach Drinkwitz, he's a great coach. Love those guys, but just personally, I feel like for me to improve my game, I needed to be somewhere else. And as soon as I entered the portal, I let Coach Finley know, and he told me, there's some stuff going on here, so, I'll have to get back to you. And so I just prayed and prayed and prayed, and as time went on, he called me, and he's like, hey, do you still want to be a Sooner? I'm like, without a doubt, I want to be a Sooner, you know what I mean? Like, Coach Finley was my tight end coach my freshman year at Missouri, and, we had that connection. He knows what I'm about, I know what he's about, so it was just good to get back with him.
What was it about him and that relationship and what he does with that position that made you decide to want to be with him, I guess?
So for me, he shows a lot of tough love, and that's what I need as a player. I need tough love, and he fine-tunes those little techniques that the next level is really looking for. Like watching him send tight ends like Kendall Bland and Alberto to the NFL, and just watch him fine-tune those small things that they needed to fix. It was a big eye-opener for me.
Going all the way back to your initial recruitment to Missouri, what was the relationship like with Coach Finley?
Well, I actually got recruited as a 4-star DN, so I had no conversation with Coach Finley until they switched me to tight end once I got there.
What was that process like of switching?
Yeah, so my freshman year, a tight end, Messiah Swinson, he was supposed to be a third-string tight end. He was a freshman, and he tore his ACL. So I kind of had some background of blocking in high school, so they asked if I wanted to transition to tight end to help the team be better. And I was all about the team, so I was like right away, I'll do it without a doubt. And I ended up earning a few postseason accolades, and they asked me if I wanted to go back to DN. But after receiving postseason accolades, it's kind of like, nah, this is where I feel like God wants me to be, so I just stayed.
Seems like the word on you is, I think even talking to Joe John early in the process, that you love the contact, the physical side of it. What's it been like getting the pads on here early, and what's the adjustment been like, I guess?
I'll say the adjustment here is I can't make any false moves. I love the contact and I love it, but every player on that defense is legit. So I have to make sure that my technique and I'm going full speed every time. It's a big difference being here.
How much has Braden helped? Just kind of acclimating himself, but even you guys are kind of going through the same thing, going to a new offense and kind of getting used to Coach Levy.
Well, getting here, it was obvious to see every player loves Braden Willis. Every coach loves Braden Willis. So he kind of took me under his wing, and I accepted this role humbly. I didn't come in expecting to be a starter. I came in knowing who Braden Willis was, what he was about, and willing to learn from his game and take a piece from his game to make myself better. So he's just been absolutely incredible for me in my game.
You mentioned that you came here to expand your game a little bit. What are you talking about? You've been a starter. You played a lot of football already.
So I feel like I was a pretty decent blocker, but there was a lot of things I lacked, like perimeter blocking and maybe my first steps. I kind of just had the physical piece of it. Once I latch on, I'm a pretty good blocker, but my things like first steps and perimeter blocking, I feel like Coach Finley was actually, he's really good at teaching those things. And after watching some of Braden Willis's film, that right there let me know he's an excellent blocker all around. So that just got me fired up.
You haven't had a chance to catch the ball much in your career yet. Everybody says you can catch and run around. So
I definitely can.
You expect to be much more involved in the receiving game here?
I wouldn't say I expect to. I'm just kind of, whatever Coach Levy and Coach Venables want out of me, I'm here to give it to them. I'm here to serve the team. So the team is first for me, whether that be 0 catches all season and 50 pancakes. I'm fine with that. That makes my day. As long as the team is where we need to be, I'm fine.
For more information, you can visit TulsaWorld.com.